in the same boat as I was. So, what is my goal today with you? My goal today is to share the knowledge. Through this orientation, what we are trying to do is to make you, to make you understand how to make money and to save money. Then, how to apply the knowledge you learn today into your own life. How to apply this and spread this knowledge within your circle of friends and many more people going forward. And how to continue this journey through these workshops that we have in our workshop sessions. So, let me jump straight into this session, and I'm going to share my screen right now with you guys. So you will see, please let me know if you can see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So who are we? We are World Financial Group, or the WSB community, where we believe in educating and empowering families by building a new industry. Okay. So what is this WSB? So how do we spread education, or how do we spread WSB communities? Now, our communities are found, if you go onto Facebook and look up WSB community, you will see over 63,000 members so far on our Facebook community. So what do we do on this community? All our members on there share how they are taking this campaign home to home, sharing it with people and changing their lives. The other way we spread our financial knowledge is through our schools and our colleges. I'm going to give me just one moment while I just increase my screen here. Bear with me one moment, guys.
Go to slideshow, yeah.
So here we are. So where we are going through schools, colleges, home to home. We are even in Howard, in the Howard, University. We are in churches spreading our financial education. So here we are in Columbia University in the US, where we are holding workshops for the students out there and the faculty, right? We are also going through our offices, in commercial offices. So you will see a lot of our members taking this campaign into corporate sectors and helping employees out there, because very often what happens is employees only know what their employer gives them. They don't know any more than that. So we help by taking the education to corporate sector. And how do we do this? We do this through our, Saving Your Future. This is a book that our head coach has come out with in 4 different languages. And this is the same book that I myself also share when I go to different institutes or I go from home to help families. So we have this in English, we have it in Spanish, we have it in Tagalog, and one more language that I'm missing, but we have it in 4 different languages. And what is the content of this book? When we are sharing our knowledge is that we are mainly hitting on financial concepts. What is financial foundation? What is insurance? Why is insurance important? Why is investments important? Why is it, what do you need to look at when you are planning for retirement? These are the topics that we cover up. Very often people think, oh, these are simple concepts. Not so, because when we dive deeper into these concepts, you will understand that though looking simple, it involves a lot of planning, and it's not something that can be done overnight, but it requires you to be diligent in your path throughout entire phase that we want you to, dedicate to to your planning, right? So, just to introduce, what are we trying to hit at here? We bring out very basic data that is out there that the government has given. For example, it says in Canada, 31% of Canadians don't make enough money to cover their monthly expenses. Is that a surprise? I was surprised when I looked at this. But you know what? The reality is it's not a surprise that 31% of Canadians do not have enough money to cover monthly expenses. We saw this through this pandemic that we all hit, in the last 3 months, that people could not manage. If it was not for CERB, a lot of people were in very deep waters. More than half say that they are within $200 away from being able to pay a bill. Isn't that a reality check? Isn't that sad? But it is a fact. 47% of Canadians aged 54 to 64 have no employer pensions. The median value of their retirement savings is only $3,000. How many of us saw Sears go down? People contributed into Sears for 40, 45 years. What did they walk away with? So we put our life and our trust in our employers, thinking that our employer is going to look after us. Maybe not. But that is for us to all look at individually, whether our employer is going to look after us. And even if our employer does look after us, isn't it fair that we all be a little selfish and think about passive income that keeps continuing to come even at after the age of 65? Isn't it true? So, these are things that we touch on during our financial education. It is an eye-opener for most people, but it is something that all Canadians, all North Americans need to think of, especially at times when, right now, if you look at it, the government has taken so much of loans to help us go through these difficult times through our CERB. Do you think we don't have to pay this back? Somebody got to pay it back. How are we going to pay it back? It's going to be through taxes, through increasing all our bills. So the future, my friends, is going to be bleaker and bleaker. And when the future is bleak, we better come up with a plan where come what may, money keeps coming into our families so we can help pay these bills and at the same time save for our retirement. So, coming back to financial foundation, that builds a foundation on what is financial foundation. It's like building a house. Whenever any person builds a house, do you build from roof first or from ground level first? You always build ground first. So what is the base of a financial house? Is protection. What are we protecting? We are protecting life. We are protecting health. We are protecting, your own income. In case something happens to you and income stops, you can't go to work. You have to protect your income. So that is your base of your home. So what is the next thing up is debt management. Those are, if however much money you make, but if you have a lot of debt and if that money keeps going out, how in the world are we going to save money? So we need to manage our debt. Then we need to come up with emergency funds. What is emergency fund? Anything and everything could be an emergency, depends on the person's situation. If I have to have a roof leak, that's an emergency. It costs me $5,000 to fix my roof. If I have an emergency to go back home, I need to come up with tickets to go back home. That could be an emergency. Do I have money for that? Or am I going to dig into my credit card where I'm paying 19.99% interest? Something to think about. How do I accumulate for emergency? That is what we teach you. And then investments. Why investments? When do I do investments is something we teach you. Is it good to have investments before I have protection? Something to think about. Maybe not. It depends on each person's situation, and that is what we teach you in our workshops. Understanding the wealth formula. What is a wealth formula? If I ask people today, what is it? What is the difference between being rich and being wealthy? If I ask you what's the difference between, most people cannot answer that. See, anybody who makes a living, goes to work, gets a salary, is a rich person. They can pay their salary, they can pay their bills, they can pay for food, they are rich. But are they wealthy? No. Being wealthy is, and how to be wealthy is a clear mathematical formula. And we teach you that money plus time plus rate of return. And you take away inflation from that and taxes. What is left after that is your wealth. If you understand this formula clearly, moving from being rich to being wealthy will be a breeze. But understanding it, understanding deeply into it and the meaning of it, and then working towards it is the key. And we teach you how to do that. So what is these workshops that we have? Like if I look, we conduct financial foundation education program, the same book I have right now. So this is a literacy campaign that WFG is running right now. What do we cover in this literacy campaign? So let me go through, the financial fund. What is the education program out about? We teach you, is money controlling you or do you control money? With this financial education program, you will learn how to make money work better for you, ensure your family has proper protection, find and save more money, make a plan to become debt-free ASAP, understand investments and build wealth, protect and preserve your money. You can become your own money manager. So, what are we covering? We have workshop 1, which is increasing your cash flow and debt management. The second workshop will be building a strong financial foundation and proper protection. Workshop 3 will be building wealth and asset accumulation. Then comes retirement and education planning, and estate preservation and wealth transfer. All these topics are extremely important in order for you to be financially free, financially independent. What is estate preservation and wealth transfer? I like to always reiterate this because we all work very hard all our lives, almost 42 years of our lives. Our working lifespan is about 42 years in this country. We all retire at 65. What we do between the age of 25 and 65, 40 years, determines what will happen at retirement. So, we need to learn workshop 1, 2, 3 extremely well in order to make workshop 4 work for us. And then estate preservation and wealth transfer happens when the final day comes and we have to pass on our hard-earned money to our next generation. Be very mindful that this is done in proper way so that the wealth goes to our next generation tax-free and without hassle. So, coming back to our workshop 1, which is increasing cash flow and debt management, we teach you how to increase your cash flow, how to reduce extra, expenses that you may have, how to save, for your future, how to, small stuff we may never think about. Like, we spend coffee, 3 coffees a day, 2 coffees a day. Can you do with one? Can you save the rest of the money towards your retirement? Can you get, very many of us, very of my clients, when I ask them, they all tell me they have life insurance, but when we see it, clearly they've got something called accidental death and dismemberment insurance. Is that really insurance? It's just waste of money. We teach you that, right? So how to take control of your finances and how to save, and save money correctly and have proper protection. The next thing we teach you is come on here. The next thing we teach you is building a strong financial foundation and proper protection. We teach you something called the X curve. Very many of us learned math in school. We went to many years of school. How many of us were taught the X curve? Not many. What is an X curve? What is an X curve? An X curve is why do they call it an X curve? Just because it looks like an X. But it is called the curve of the responsible. If you are a responsible person, the X curve will work fantastically for you, because it shows you that if you are on the right side of the curve, generally you are a secure person. But if you are on the left side of the curve, you are generally less secure. Why? Because if you're on the left side of the curve, your responsibilities are way higher than your wealth. While you're on the right side of the curve, your wealth is higher than your responsibilities. So you're generally more secure, right? So, coming back to workshop number 3. What is workshop number 3? Building wealth and asset accumulation. Very often when I speak to clients and they tell me, "Oh, Teresa, I have a mutual fund." I said, "Do you have protection?" But they don't have protection. So it's like, you put up your roof of the house even before you have your foundation laid out. Your foundation is your, your base for your financial house. So, how to build wealth? What is rule of 72? Did any of us learn rule of 72 in school or in university? When we go into university and college in this country, the first thing they teach you is how to get a credit card. They already put you in debt even before you can make $1. Isn't that sad? But nobody teaches us how to save money and how to make this money work for you, how to get the most interest for your money. It's a simple rule of 72. They say any financial institution, if they tell you that they're giving you X percentage of interest, whatever is the number, if you divide the number 72 with that number, whatever is the remainder is the number of years your money takes to double. So if I have to look at, rule of 72 at 2% interest, how much is that? 36 years for my money to double. So we teach you what is the rule of 72. What is dollar cost averaging, for that matter? I never knew what is dollar cost averaging when I joined it, until I joined WFG and I was taught this. It is just the discipline to save money consistently, month after month. Right? In workshop number 4, we teach you retirement and education planning. If you worked so hard all your years, or 40 years of your life, you should be very secure at retirement if you have planned it correctly. But if you've not planned it correctly, we have something else coming our way. So we teach you how to save so that you have a comfortable retirement. How to save for your children's education. We all know this country is very, very open and willing. This country pays us $7,500 for the 50,000 we save for our children in an education plan, right? How many of us are saving for our children's education? Or do we wait to tell them, you know what? At age 18, go fund your own education. But we got paid by the government, right? We got paid by the government in terms of child tax benefit. Why can't we save that child tax for that child's education? Why are we waiting? Why are we using that money for our grocery bills or to pay our bills? That money is given for the child. We teach you how to save that money, channel that money correctly so that you can save it for the education of the child. Okay? Then in workshop 5, we cover estate preservation and wealth transfer. So all the money that you have saved all these years in different vehicles, how can we transfer it? How can we avoid estate and probate fees? How can we transfer this wealth to our next generation with minimum taxes, minimum probate fees? Okay. So, what are we trying to do? What is World Financial Group trying to do? We are trying to build a new industry, okay, within the financial industry. So, if I have to go through a couple of things, we'll say uncertainty of the horizon. The world is changing in unpredictable ways, and so is our financial future. To cut costs, many companies are moving jobs overseas. Automation may mean more job losses. Many small businesses may have limited capital, making it more difficult to compete with big chains and large distribution systems. Traditionally, we work for 40 years between the age of 25 to 65 and then retire. But now, younger people may have difficulty in gaining employment and may struggle through their retirement years. So what are we going through here? We are going through something called a retirement crisis. Sorry, give me one moment, guys. I'm having a hard time with my screen here. So what are the obstacles we are going through that we are going to be facing going ahead? One obstacle is the retirement crisis. So if you look at my screen, on my screen you will see a 3-legged stool. Why does a stool have 3 legs? It's for stability. But in a financial house, a 3-legged stool would say one of the legs stands for personal savings, the second one is for company pensions, and the third one is social security. Right now, if you look at it, most companies do not give a pension plan. You know, pension plan is right now unheard of in companies because companies are expecting employees to depend on their own savings. Social security or government funded security. Look at our times. What are the times we are going through right now with all these sub overheads that we have? Do you think there is going to be a social security or it's going to deplete year after year? So, if one of these legs has to falter or has to break, do you think this stool is going to stand erect or it's going to be a little wonky? Something to think about, right? So the traditional pillars of retirement are now in doubt is what we think. Poor saving habits, fewer companies offering fewer pensions, retirement benefits such as social security may become unsustainable for the country. Then we have something called educational crisis. Tuition costs keep rising every year. I know my daughter just got into final year of university. Her this year's bill is way more than the last 3 years together. My next one is coming up next year. You think she's going to pay the same that my older daughter paid? Maybe not. Student loans can be a major burden. OSAP, OSAP, all parents these days, most parents, I wouldn't say all, but most parents want their kids to take an OSAP loan. You know, very many students these days have more than $100,000 of OSAP loan, and they've not even started working, but they're supposed to pay back the OSAP within 6 months of having completed their education. How many students get a job within 6 months of finishing university? Not many. So how are they supposed to pay back this loan? So it becomes a burden. Some graduates are having trouble finding a good job and a right career for themselves. Then we have the spending crisis. Budgets, deficits, rising national debt could increase pressure of our government to raise taxes and reduce funding to retirement programs like Social Security. Something that I can see coming very, very soon because of our current situation in the country, because of COVID and the SERP program. Some people spend more than one thing they don't need with money they don't have to please the people we don't care about anyways. You know, they say keeping up with the Jones. My neighbor has a 42-inch screen TV, I need a 60 because I need to look better than them. Isn't that how we all think? Keeping up with social media friends can get expensive. Everybody these days on social media want to put up pictures on where they traveled last. Of course, not now, but you know, till March you could see that. So we see pictures of all our friends traveling to all these exotic places, and we want to keep up with the Jones now. So we are spending money on travel expenses, money we never had. We are digging into our credit cards, where we pay 19.99% interest. We don't have the money, but we are taking out big loans on our credit cards to pay interest that we can't afford. Isn't that something? Something to think about. Lack of financial knowledge. Many don't have much knowledge, and they don't know much. Many people were not taught how to manage their money or read a financial statement. How many of us read our credit card bills? You know, I myself have gone through my bills sometimes, and I've seen charges for things I never spent. But how many of us actually go through those bills to see that we can catch these mistakes? Anybody makes mistakes. Financial institutes may often be financial issues may not often be discussed, and financial products are not always fully understood. How many times have I been to, customers' homes or, my clients' homes? They don't want to discuss their financial problems. It's like going to a doctor. You go to a doctor and you tell the doctor, you know what, I'm here, I'm not feeling well. Treat me, but I won't tell you what's wrong with me. You know why people behave like that? Because they do not understand financial products. So they do not trust the person who's come to help them. There's an error there. Some buy an insurance policy and they bury it in the closet. If I ask many of us on this call today whether we have insurance policies, most of us will say yes. When did you last look at that policy? Oh, Teresa, on the day I bought it. It's in the locker. We bury it. We never look at it. So very often when we visit clients and we ask to see their policies, they bring out policies that are mind-boggling. And you wonder what did you see and what did you understand that you bought this product? But it is only because we don't know much. Some people contribute to their employers' retirement plans and don't pay close attention to it. Employers' pension plans. How many of us know what funds they are investing in? Did we ask? Maybe not. A large number of people do not have a will, a trust, a plan to protect their family. How many celebrities we've seen? You know, we are thinking these are celebrities, they should know better than that. How many celebrities in the past couple of years we've seen who've passed away without a will? So you think common man is not the same? If I ask 10 people if they have a will, guaranteed 9 will say no. You know why? Oh, it's on my list, I will go someday to see a lawyer. But when you go to the lawyer, do you know what the lawyer is asking for? Are you prepared with the questions? You know, very often we take this lawyer's appointment to go and do a will with not a clue about what the lawyer is going to ask. We don't have a backup documentation or our backups to give to the lawyer. So a will could, sometimes take a day, sometimes to take a week or a month to do. So is our family being protected correctly? Something to think about. We believe in financial education. So World Financial Group, we took it upon ourselves that your future is not in the hands of your employer, your union, or your government. It is neither in the hands of your bank or your broker. What are we trying to say? It is your responsibility to learn for yourself. There is no point in blaming the bank or the broker or your employer when things go south. You are the only one to blame because you did not get the education you deserved. What we are, World Financial Group, is bringing to you is financial education. The future is in your hands. Be educated. Be your own money manager. Learn how to make money. Learn how to save money. Learn how to accumulate money. Then protect that money. Knowing less can cost more. Guys, please understand this. Knowing less can cost you big time. Understand how money works. Make money work for you. You know, we spend so many years in school learning how to make a living, but we also invest our time learning the financial basics to save a fortune. You won't be free until you're financially free. So what is our mission? Our mission is to motivate each and every one of you. Motivate you to understand how money works. Because some people work for money, but they don't know how to make the money work for them. It's very easy to work for money, but to learn how to make money work for you is an art. And you got to learn it, the faster the better. How to have a financial goal and plan for your future. You know, we all have goals in life. Eh? When I ask most people, they all have goals. Oh, my goal what's your goal in the next 5 years? If I have to ask anybody, or in the next 5 years, I want to travel. That's the first thing that comes to people's mind. I want to travel here. I want to do this. I want to do that. But what is your financial goal? That's when people start scratching their head, because people just fail to plan for their financial future. Nobody plans to fail, they just fail to plan. We have a mission to motivate you to cut down your expenses. It's not how much you earn that counts, it's how much you keep from that money. You know, it's very easy to go to work 40 hours a week, bring that paycheck home, pay Rogers, pay Enbridge, pay EnerSource, and at the end of the week, when we have paid everybody, check. So how much did I pay myself? Who is working? You are working for your money. So why not pay yourself first? Reduce your debts and your liabilities. To swipe that credit card all the time is very easy. Plastic money, very easy to swipe the credit card. But who's going to pay it? You know, we never know how that credit card bill keeps building up and building up and building up, and one day suddenly it's at an amount that we cannot afford to even pay back. Interest on debt may limit your ability to save for the future. Imagine if you have 2 credit cards with 19.99% interest, and if you racked up those credit cards for $10,000 each. When are you ever going to pay that interest? Forget the principal. We also motivate you to increase your cash flow. Make money when you can, when you are healthy, when you are young, when your hands and legs are working, so that you can go to work, you can take up multiple jobs so you can make more money. Very soon age catches up and you can't do what you want to do. But it's too late at that point in time. So let that day not come to anybody. Embrace change and accept to succeed. Be certain in uncertain times. All of you on this call are here today for what? Because somebody invited you to look at this opportunity. This opportunity is what? This opportunity is an opportunity to make passive income. Is it going to happen overnight? No. Does any business succeed overnight? No. It requires a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of dedication. But as long as you are at it, success is for sure. So control your future. Be a part of the new industry to help families. What do we do in this new industry? Exactly what you see, our mission right now is to help. This is an older slide where we say 1 million. We've already reached the 1 million financially educated families as of 2019. Our new goal is to educate 30 million people by year 2030. A big goal, but in a country where we have immigrants coming by the leaps and bounds every year, and where we have companies closing shop all the time, we know this is a very small goal for us to achieve, and it is very doable, because all we need to do is go out there and educate more families day after day, hour after hour, month after month. So our Saving Your Future book and our workshops in our, these days, because of the pandemic, everything's online. So we conduct workshops every day we have a workshop going on online. So we conduct these, help you guys to get an education, help all your contacts to get an education so that you can live a financially sound future. So we provide workshops and trainings. Again, like I said, these are the workshops we do: increasing cash flow, debt management, building a strong financial foundation, profit protection, building wealth, asset accumulation, retirement planning, wealth preservation. Our platform on training is on insurance, investments, health, and education. This covers your entire financial home. If these 4 pillars are covered, you are in a good spot. We hold classes to provide knowledge, strategies, and solutions in the financial services industry. So here we go. The era of the informed customer. Help yourself. WFG is an innovative concept in the financial industry. We help people who want to help themselves in building their financial foundation. Across the US and Canada, people from all walks of life can benefit from our platform. So get educated about all the aspects of the personal finances, have access to hundreds of financial products and services, receive training and support, and manage your money, earn referral income on various products and services, earn commission by getting licensed and sharing what you know with clients in this fast growing industry. The distribution evolution. So we are the distributors, World Financial Group. We consider ourselves a distribution house for the financial industry. What is a distribution house? Those who control distribution control the target market. See, it's like the Walmart or the Costco's of the world. Costco, does Costco have any product of its own? No, but they distribute every other manufacturer's products in their in their stores. Similarly, does WFG have any product of its own? No, but we distribute products for all the big banks and financial institutions out there. So whether it is TD Asset Management, whether it is BMO, whether it's Manulife, Everest, Empire Life, you name it, Ivari, we have all their products on our shelf. So there's no customer there's no client who needs any product and we don't have it. Take a look at major retailers. Their main focus is on distribution, building more outlets to create greater access to consumers. In the financial industry as well, those who have more access by helping more people understand how money works can control their target market and their future. Remember, there are only two ways to make it big. Either you have a lot of money to make money work for you, or you have a lot of people make more money than you can make money, then you can make more money. A revolution in financial industry is emerging. So, my friends, you are in the right place at the right time. All you need to do is keep an open mind. Have your mind like a sponge. Absorb, be willing, accept with open arms, and be willing to make that change for yourself, for your family, and then to share whatever you learned here at World Financial Group with your friends, your families, your acquaintances, and the people you meet in your lives. This is a powerful business platform, a world-class support system. World Financial Group Inc. and World Financial Group Canada Inc. are Trans-America companies. We are one of the best business platforms and one of the fastest growing organizations in the financial industry. We have a proven track record with over 4,700 of our team members have earned over $100,000 in annual income in 2016. So we have a proven and a successful system. First, we train the trainer, and then we build the trainer. So how do we start? When you join this company, you start as a trainee, then you move to a trainer, then you become a builder, and then you become a system builder. Our trainers are with you every step of the way. So we hold your hands and take you from a trainee to a trainer to a builder to a system builder. So there are a lot of people who will help you along your journey to build a business in this industry. You can also travel with us. You see, these are the perks of being, and I'm going to share with you a small video on one of our travels that we've done in the near past. I'm going to share that video so you guys can see it. Give me one moment while I share this video. Sorry, give me one moment. Anybody has any questions, or in the meantime, while I play the video, one of you can share what was your experience, and I'd just like to start with our EMD who's on this call here, Ms. Jessie Jason, if she can share her experience with the company.
Now, Teresa, or after the video?
No, you can share now while I just load the video.
Okay, perfect. Yes, my name is Jessie Jason, and I joined this company about 15 years ago. I'm going to say to you that this has been the most incredible experience I've ever had. I'm a medical doctor by profession, and I came here. I had to remake my life in this country, and that was a very difficult task. And thank God somebody introduced me to WFG, just like somebody brought you to WFG today. And you know what? What I saw was people in this country need a lot of financial education, and so did I. I wanted to know how I could pay off my mortgage faster. I wanted to know how I can make a good retirement for myself, how I can pay my monthly bills on time, which bill should I pay first. I had a lot of questions like that. And all of that got answered once I attended the workshops. So just like Teresa said, the workshops that we have has a lot of information on them. So she showed you all of the slides for the workshop. So I am so excited to say that, after attending the workshops, I was so privileged, to pay my bills and to actually make a good life and a good income because I decided to do this business full time. I what I did was I was a part-timer first when I joined, and then once my income started becoming more than my full-time, then the question is, should I work or should I do this business? And I am so fortunate to tell you all this, that thank God I made that decision. And all of you stand the same chance today too. So, welcome to the company, welcome to this new experience, and I hope that all of you will make the decision today to join the company and enjoy the same ride that we all took, and success, how successful we got. That success is waiting for you too. So, I want to encourage each of you to make that personal decision to actually take the step to join the company as soon as this presentation is over, and thank the person that actually invited you to this meeting, because they are the ones that actually opened up that the door of opportunity to you. I am so grateful to the person that brought me into this company, and I cannot be more happy to say that I will continue the rest of my life, being in a team environment where we help other people grow as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessie. Let's go on to the video. I'm going to show you guys a video on one of our super trips. One of the perks that you get for being with the company, and you get to travel too. So here you go. I'm going to share my screen right now.